Yes, I. What happened to this one? Okay, good. Yes, sir. Greetings. It's good. Yes, greetings. In the name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile I Selassie, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, and the conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, Jah Rastafari, Earth rightful ruler. Moniku Malawi. I'm here in Denmark and I'm preparing this video for my website so that we can begin ending poverty in our country and in other countries around the world, including this one. All countries, you have an unequal distribution of wealth, and we're trying to get to the core of that, as we know that that is where the solution to all the problems, socioeconomic problems, even social problems, which then leads to mental problems and all manners of problems, all of that comes out of an unequal distribution of wealth. Okay? Yes, I made that point. So I'll be taking a few things from the Bible, starting with the Bible as a foundation, and then we're going to look at economics, and then we're going to look at the words of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile I Selassie, on a state visit to Malawi to the youths of Africa. And that is relevant to myself as the man that I am, doing what I'm doing. Let's just get that speech ready here. Great. All right, let's start with the Bible. Always start with the Bible. We're Rasta. And the Bible, I can start first of all. I don't need to go there now. With the Bible, I'm going to go straight into Genesis, the first book of Genesis, and I can't find the exact quote of it. I should have done that looking for it, but I can't remember it. I remember it slightly by head. And that is where it says that the trees, the fruit of the trees have their seed within them. So He made all manners of trees with all manners of fruits, and each one of them have the seed within. The clue there is that the seed is within. The answer to all problems, the solution to all problems is within. The answer to Malawi's budget is within Malawi. The answer to all financial, economic situations is to stay within the budget. That's the answer. Outside of that, there's a problem. Debt. Imbalance. Within. Then you get the fruit of being within. All right? That is from the Most High. That's how He works. Everything is from within. Food comes from within the earth. I could go on forever and ever about that. Won't do that. What we're going to do now is go to Leviticus very quickly. Because at Leviticus, the children of Israel have now settled down after moving through the desert. They're now sitting down. Well, they're still in the desert, but God has given them the laws about how to live when they get into the promised land, and they're being told how to live righteously according to the laws of Jah. Now we're going to go into 25. Now, I would advise you to really read, especially the whole of 25, so that you can get some idea. And pray also. Pray so that your eyes are open, because within this governance and economics is within Leviticus. Okay? Look mainly for that in there. Okay, what I want to read is from 23 to 23, basically 24. But I shall start from earlier on, 18, because it is so sweet. 18, it says, "You shall thus observe my statutes and keep my judgments, so as to carry them out, that you may live securely on the land." All wealth comes from land. All issues are land. Access to land is the most important thing. Go to South Africa and you will know that for yourself. Land distribution all over the world is usually 10% to 90%. 10% of the population owns 90% of the land. That is the land distribution everywhere. So we have a problem everywhere. Exact same problem. 20%, 30%, 30 to 70, 20 to 80, 10 to 90. Anyway, 18, he says, "You shall thus observe my statutes and keep my judgments, so as to carry them out, that you may live securely on the land. Then the land will yield its produce, and you can eat your fill and live securely on it. But if you say, 'What are we going to eat on the seventh year if we do not sow or gather in our crops?'" Because this has to do with the Sabbath of when tilling the land to take the year off, the seventh year. And if the people are being told that there are advantages to it. And the advantage is, the Lord says, then I will so order my blessing for you in the 6th year that it will bring forth the crop for 3 years. When you are sowing the 8th year, you can still eat old things from the crop, eating the old until the 9th year when its crop comes in. Okay? And then here comes the part that is most important to me. The land, moreover, shall not be sold permanently, for the land is mine. For you are but aliens and sojourners with me. That's what the Lord says, right? This is a fundamental law in economics and the fundamental difference between neoclassical economics and classical economics. And that fundamental difference is what brings about all the problems that we're facing in all societies around the world. The unequal distribution of land. Now, what follows it, the lines that follow what he just said there, they even hammer home the point even stronger. He says, first of all, the land, moreover, shall not be sold permanently, for the land is mine, for you are but aliens and sojourners with me. And then the Lord continues to say, thus for every piece of your property. And the key word here is thus. He tells you that that idea that the land belongs to me. Think about all the things that you own. Out of everything that you own, you actually have to use something or all that you own to redeem the land, because the land is the Lord's. Okay? He says, thus, for every piece of your property, you are to provide for the redemption of the land. Okay. Now, understanding that this might not be followed, he knows that the consequence of not following it, of moving away from classical economics to neoclassical economics, many people will fall through the gaps and therefore will come upon poverty. So he says, if a fellow countryman of yours becomes so poor, he has to sell part of his property, then his nearest kinsman is to come and buy back what his relative has sold. And that is the process that I'm in now. With all the platforms for public participation, we're trying to find a way to buy back from poverty the wealth that has fallen upon our people. How was poverty created? By an unequal distribution of land in the first place. But a kinsman, somebody close to you, would have to help you buy back. Why does it say kinsman? Because the solution must come from within. Good. You understand. Or in case a man has no kinsman, but so recovers his means as to find sufficient for his redemption. Find the means if you don't have. Then he shall calculate the years since its sale and refund the balance to the man to whom he sold it, and so return to his property. But if he has not found sufficient means to get it back for himself, then what he has sold shall remain in the hands of his purchaser until the year of Jubilee. So there's a provision for even owning land in such a situation. There comes a time when God says, now give it free. The time of Jubilee, but at the Jubilee it shall revert, that he may return to his property. At Jubilee, he can return to his property. Now what is given there as that cycle of events is the cycle of booms and busts, as economists say. And what mentality do you go into a boom and a bust? If you go with the mind of, blessed is the man that walks not in the counsel of the ungodly. So if you walk not in the counsel of the ungodly, but walk in the counsel of Jah, then you can see how to fix every economy. Every economic crash is fixed very simply by removing rent until everybody has recovered. Landlord says, you shall not pay rent until things are better. That's the answer to every. Then money is left over for food, money is left over for investment, money is left over for fertilizer, money is left over for other things if you don't have to pay rent. Okay? In that situation. But that's not totally relevant in Malawi, because in Malawi, we actually don't pay so much rent. The poor are very rich in Malawi because they don't pay rent. Let me just take a break there. Bless.